Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening. With parts of the southern tier experiencing flurries throughout the week, this is a good time to prepare for winter driving. Matt Kleindens joins us now from Corning with tips before you hit the road for the holidays.
Good evening. The leaves are falling and snow will soon be in the forecast, which means drivers in western and southern New York need to start preparing for winter driving. Millions of drivers are expected to hit the road over the next few months for the holidays. And with that, snow is starting to appear in the forecast in some part of the state. April Ingram with AAA says now is the time for drivers to start preparing themselves for winter driving.
We live far upstate New York, and there are times when that weather is just terrible.
Ingram says drivers should make sure they have either good all-season tires or winter tires on their car when driving in the snow.
If you have a good newer set of all-season weather tires with your treads are very nice, you should be okay. Having snow tires may make you feel more comfortable. You may feel that extra grip and you feel more secure in that, and that's terrific.
Ingram also says drivers need to drive with extra caution to avoid sliding on wet or icy roads.
Drive slower, increase the space between yourself and other vehicles, and always steer, accelerate, and brake more smoothly.
Drivers are also asked to pack a winter road kit that includes coats, blankets, ice scrapers, and first aid kits. And when the weather is too severe, residents are asked to stay home. Ingram says proper winter preparations will help keep people safer during holiday road trips.
Just adjusting those driving habits make a world of difference.
Matt Kleindens, Big Fox, WYDC in Corning.
Pennsylvania State Police have identified the victim of last week's deadly house fire in Bradford County. Fire crews found 69-year-old Nanette Zampier of Ulster dead inside her home on Moore Hill Road last Friday. Zampier reported the house fire that afternoon. However, first responders were unable to locate her until the fire was under control. No signs of foul play were detected, and the cause of the fire is under investigation. The Elmira Handmade Market is returning to the southern tier for Small Business Saturday. Chamberlain Acres Garden Center will host the event, showcasing local artists and connecting the community with small businesses. The artists will have a wide range of handmade arts and crafts for sale throughout the day. The market opens up on Saturday at 10 a.m. One turkey in New York State has a lot to be thankful for this year. Sullivan the turkey, nicknamed Sully, won't be heading to someone's dinner table this Thanksgiving. Today, Governor Hochul pardoned Sully with the signing of a proclamation which officially saved the bird's life. Sully is from Snowdance Farms in Livingston Manor, New York. The New York City Police Department ramps up security ahead of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. The parade will be back in full force after last year's event was scaled back due to the coronavirus pandemic. The balloons for the parade will be inflated before venturing on the 2.5-mile route through Manhattan tomorrow. Barricades and security checkpoints were put into place in and around the parade route. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio says security will be tight following last weekend's horrific incident at a Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin. De Blasio went on to reiterate that there are no credible threats at this time. Thanksgiving Day is just a few hours away, and millions of Americans are heading to the airport to fly out to their holiday destinations today. This is what it looked like at Pittsburgh International Airport as people lined up at security checkpoints. Airport officials across the country say they expect air travel to reach near pre-pandemic levels. If you're driving somewhere for Thanksgiving, the good news is that gas prices have ticked down slightly, but on average, they're still well over a gallon higher than they were this time last year. As Doug Luzada reports, the Biden administration is feeling some heat and taking some action.
Hello, everybody. The president and first lady preparing food for the needy. And food prices aren't the only thing on the rise. Gas prices are through the roof. Despite earlier reservations, the president will tap into the nation's emergency oil reserve now. 5 other countries will also take action.
Our combined actions will not solve the problem of high gas prices overnight. It will make a difference.
It's an extraordinary move, something the country has only done 3 other times and always pegged to a specific crisis: the war in Libya, Hurricane Katrina, and Desert Storm back in '91. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm detailed the plan to release some 50 million barrels. How much do we use in a typical day?
I don't have that number in front of me, sorry.
The answer is somewhere around 20 million barrels a day, so it's the equivalent of about 2.5 days' supply. Some criticize the president's environmental actions for contributing to higher gas prices, including killing the Keystone XL pipeline.
When the president takes measures to curb supply, it's going to catch up, and it's going to result in higher prices when demand continues.
My effort to combat climate change is not raising the price of gas.
And a short time later, the president headed out for his Thanksgiving trip, arriving in Nantucket, where the First Family is gathering for the long holiday weekend.
A guilty verdict in the trial over the fatal shooting of Ahmaud Arbery. Dozens of demonstrators celebrated outside the courthouse as the verdict was read. Lauren Blanchard has more.
The family and supporters of Ahmaud Arbery say justice has been served for a black man in the Deep South.
The spirit of Ahmaud defeated the lynch mob.
The fates of 3 white men charged in the killing of 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery have been sealed by a jury of 11 white people and 1 black.
We, the jury, find the defendant Travis McMichael guilty.
Travis McMichael found guilty of all charges, including malice murder, felony murder, aggravated assault, and false imprisonment. His father guilty on all charges except 1 count of malice murder. The jury finding William Roddy Bryan guilty of felony murder, aggravated assault, and false imprisonment. Defense attorneys say they will appeal. Arbery's father emotional after the first guilty verdict was read, having to be removed from the courtroom. All 3 defendants were stoic. Outside the courthouse, dozens of supporters of the Arbery family cheered.
Let us know that all whites are not racist. That's right. Come on. And all blacks are not worthless. Come on. We together did this. We all together, black, white, activists.
Wednesday's verdict ending a 2-week-long trial that saw more than 20 witnesses take the stand. Arbery's mother relieved by the jury's decision.
I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you. Thank each and every one of you who fought this fight with us. It's been a long fight. It's been a hard fight.
The McMichaels and Bryan are also facing federal hate crime charges. They have pled not guilty. In Brunswick, Georgia, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Public health experts predict an uptick in the rate of COVID-19 deaths and hospitalizations over the next 4 weeks. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention published its new ensemble forecasts Wednesday. According to Johns Hopkins University, the current COVID-related death toll in the states is over 773,000. The CDC forecast suggests by December 18th, the new death toll could be between 794,000 and 822,000. The agency also predicts hospitals are likely to admit more than 12,000 new COVID patients in the next 4 weeks. Still ahead tonight, people living in some coastal communities are facing an uncertain future as rising sea levels due to climate change threaten to wipe out cities.
What you have here is a human catastrophe.
How the residents of one town are coming to terms with the news they only have 33 years left before their homes vanish.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Tonight's Big Fox forecast is brought to you by William Mattar. Good evening, everyone. Temperatures today were just a little bit warmer than they were yesterday. It was quite chilly yesterday. It was chilly today, too, but it wasn't quite as cold as it was on your Tuesday. 13 degrees warmer this afternoon in Elmira, about 8 degrees warmer in Corning, about 13 in Wayland. In Watkins Glen, it was about 11 degrees warmer. We are expecting this mild air to stick around at least for tomorrow, but it will be a dreary day as clouds increase as another cold front approaches. But there could be a few showers by the afternoon. Colder air will start to sink southward, and it will stay cold through the end of the weekend into the weekend. In fact, as that front moves through, we are expecting some snow on the backside of it, and again, it will stay cold through the weekend. Tonight, though, we are going to dive down to around 29 degrees at around 1 o'clock in the morning, but then it will start to climb up a few degrees by early tomorrow morning as clouds increase and southerly winds return. But then here comes that cold front that will be coming in, and so we are expecting to start off pretty dry on Thursday. Clouds will start to increase, and then shower activity will also increase later on Thursday as that front draws a little bit closer. But then colder air starts to move in on Thursday night into your Friday, and so we are expecting the possibility of a wintry mix and even some snow as we head into Friday and also on Saturday, and those temperatures will feel so much colder on Friday and Saturday due to the winds that will be picking up. But here's a look at your forecast for your Thanksgiving. We start off pretty cold, temperature readings near the freezing mark, and then we warm up to around 46 degrees by noon. So if you're serving lunch, your Thanksgiving lunch around noon, it looks like it is going to be chilly, but it's going to be close to normal, and we'll stay in the 40s through the afternoon. A dreary day at that. If you are going to be eating late at night in the evening hours, it looks like you may encounter some showers if you're heading home from grandma's house. Our future radar is showing no rain for tonight or even into early tomorrow, but then around 5 o'clock in the morning, there will be a few clouds that could bring a few sprinkles, a few showers early in the day, I think just to our north, and then a few scattered showers by the afternoon hours. And this will be the case through the evening hours on Thursday. By Friday, that will be switching over to snow as colder air starts to move in. So the blue that's showing up, that's an indication of the snow that will be flying around on Friday and also into your Saturday. So for tonight, temperatures will be dropping down into the 30s, 29 degrees though in Elmira. Highs tomorrow only in the 40s. Our extended forecast calls for colder conditions for the end of the week, but a little bit of sunshine returning by Sunday.
The National Retail Federation is expecting nearly 2 million more people to shop between Thanksgiving and Cyber Monday compared to last year. And as Jennifer Lee tells us, one small business owner in Washington State is hoping to cash in on this rise in sales, despite the hurdles they're facing this holiday season, including a shortage of workers.
So these are chocolates made by a 16-year-old.
The Bond collection at Bellevue Square is drawing in shoppers this holiday season.
It's been beautiful fun. Everything is getting nicely decorated. It gets you in the spirit.
One of our artists from Germany.
The owner, Timothy Declue, says his inspiration comes from vintage department store displays, sourcing many of his specialty items directly from Europe.
Lots of ornaments from Germany. We have our spinners and our nutcrackers and our favorite smokers from Germany.
Declue says this holiday shopping season is crucial and believes it will account for 50% of their revenue. But this season has been far from perfect for small business owners.
The lack of people looking for work has been a challenge for us. We have a lot of people working for us that are working 2 to 3 days a week and maybe even 1 day a week. So we have lots of staff, but only 1 or 2 people a day.
There's also the supply chain crisis. The Bond collection just received a large delivery that was supposed to arrive back in August.
We've been using a lot of our European vendors, which has been great, and then shipping it via air rather than using containers has saved our business this year.
Retail experts believe more shoppers will open up their wallets this Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday, even with the trend of shopping for gifts earlier this year.
We're actually seeing a little bit of that uptick, and I'm curious to see what will happen after Friday.
A sign of hope for a stronger season of sales this holiday.
I think this is a wonderful, fun store. I haven't been in it before, but it has lots of very interesting, fun things.
A big discount store might have you checking your pockets for some spare change when you buy, as a traditional price point changes for items. The Dollar Tree will soon no longer be sprouting only $1 options. The popular discount and convenience store chain says it will start charging $1.25 for most products nationwide, starting by the end of next April. The company says $1.25 will allow them to expand offerings, introduce new products and sizes, and provide more daily essentials. The holidays have arrived, which means it's also time to start your tax planning. CJ Papa has a few tips to get you ahead of the game in this look at your cash.
It's that time of the year to get busy with your year-end planning. and that includes preparing for tax season whether you're running a business or not. If you are an employer, take advantage of the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. It's available to small businesses that support Americans who have been repeatedly blocked from employment.
If you are hiring anybody that's been unemployed for more than 6 months, you can get a $9,600 credit. Use it to pay a hiring bonus for those new employees.
Get into the holiday spirit. Give to charities both personally and from your business.
There is an extra charitable deduction above the standard deduction this year for individuals. And for businesses, you can deduct up to 25% of your income only this year for giving to a charity. So that's a great deduction. Plus, if you're involved in a charity or a nonprofit, it's a great way to raise money.
Help employees out with any daunting student loans.
We have an entire generation that's buried under student debt, and thanks to one of the stimulus bills, we can now pay $5,250 towards our employees' student loans, and we get a deduction for it, and they don't get taxed for it.
And you can bring your kids into the office.
You don't want to put your 6-year-old behind the phones, of course, but somebody of a reasonable age. You can pay them up to $12,550 per year. The standard deduction takes care of that. They won't get taxed on it other than payroll taxes.
After all, it's your cash. I'm CJ Papa.
Check this out. The World's Fair necklace is Tiffany's most expensive piece of jewelry ever. It features 180 carats of diamonds set in platinum. The centerpiece is an 80-carat oval, flawless empire diamond. Experts estimate its value to be between $20 and $30 million. Keeping spirits bright might be hard this holiday season. That's because spirits could be in short supply in stores. Liquor suppliers are warning your favorite holiday time alcoholic beverages might be hard to track down this year. The Distilled Spirits Council says the spirits industry has been hit with shortages of glass for bottle making, availability of pallets and containers, and few drivers to supply stores. Stores and regulation agencies are also giving notice about shortfalls and aging issues required for alcohol content once production resumed. Among the low inventory, tequila and champagne. Industry insiders advise to buy now and to shop locally if supplies are low. People in coastal communities are facing an uncertain future as rising sea levels due to climate change threaten to wipe out entire cities. Marianne Rafferty has more on how residents of one town are coming to terms with the news that their home could cease to exist in the decades to come.
What you have here is a human catastrophe.
Imagine your neighborhood being completely swallowed by the sea. For residents in the Welsh town of Fairbourne, that nightmare is their new reality, with UK officials saying the village will no longer be inhabitable by 2054 due to severe flooding and storms, the result of climate change.
For the people of the village of Fairbourne, everything they bought, they're going to watch it demise in money and end up being worthless.
Because Fairbourne's elevation lies below sea level, environmental experts say it was already a magnet for floodwaters. And over time, the government has funded projects to defend Fairbourne from the ocean. But as the planet warms, sea levels are rising and storms are getting more powerful. And the problem is costing too much to combat.
With the climate change happening, sea levels rising, the storms increasing in severity, it means that we would need to add an extra level of protection continuously in order to maintain the level of risk as it is at the moment. As time goes forward, that becomes much more expensive.
Local officials say their focus is on relocating villagers, but many residents say they're not budging.
If they want us out by 2054, then they've got to have the accommodation to put us in.
Until water actually comes in here, where it physically can't work, we'll carry on.
Rising sea levels due to climate change are also posing serious future risks for cities here in the U.S., including New York City, Miami, New Orleans, and more.
We want to leave you with a smile tonight. The original face of an iconic baby food company creeps closer to the century mark. Ann Turner Cook, whose charcoal-drawn face ended up on Gerber baby food products, turned 95 Saturday. Cook, who later became a novelist, helped write the story of one of America's best-known baby food makers. Ever since that drawing first appeared on Gerber products starting in 1928. The sketch, drawn by artist Dorothy Hope Smith, was submitted for a Gerber advertising campaign, and that drawing became Gerber's official trademark in 1931, making Anne the original Gerber baby. That sketch continues to be on all Gerber packaging and in ads. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Have safe travels out there, and we'll see you soon.